I think Sahara had an axe to grind with Fritz. But listen, I'm not mad at Sahara at all because Fritz showed out, and all his undoing is causing his own undoing. So as much as I think Cam shouldn't have been taking stuff out of the vault, the men's lounge and the vault, like Tommy said, like we all know, and bring it right back to Sahara, I think that it was well within his rights to get Fritz, to get Fritz to just, relax on all the backbiting and trying to get rid of Sahara. Then we saw Deanna pipe in because she was getting a little snippy. So we saw her go off a little. And then Shanice was windmilling. I forget who she was windmilling for. But
Fritz. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, she was windmilling for Fritz. So yeah, I found it to be very interesting. And then at the elimination, Sahara, well, Cam was the self confessed that he's going to be the one to reel her in and handle her. Well, he wasn't showing that he could do that effectively.
Yeah, like, so I think the irony of all of this is last week we had Fritz campaigning to get Sahara out, as far as most people are concerned. This time you got Sahara doing the same thing in the ladies' lounge, which I predicted would happen. But to my surprise, you got two ladies kind of calling her out for it. One of them even saying, "Listen, Sahara, you only here for games. All right? You ain't even here for a serious relationship." So the way that the energy was given towards Fritz, they felt she was doing too much and probably exaggerating or adding 2 on 10, and they called her out for it. Um, Ladies Lounge seems like it could be getting hostile because as the connections wind down and you're sending home somebody's top connection, they're trying to defend it. I'm not mad at it. Um, but I think it's just the irony. The men's lounge, I called out Cam for being a snake last week, for going back and telling Sahara in the first place as much as he did. He didn't need to do all of that. Um, and it will be interesting to see once Fritz eliminated, uh, or Eddie, but because Eddie, like I said, he doesn't have connections anymore. Um, but with Fritz, he has at least two supporters in there. So it'll be interesting to see how the other ladies react once Sahara sends him home.
It's interesting word choice you use, like for reality, to say that call her out on the truth, because that was what she said was the truth. Now her tone and delivery might be one thing, but she wasn't lying about anything she said about Fritz. That was her experience with Fritz, and he did say that he was there for games. So it was not really a calling out on anything on that part. Go ahead, what you was gonna say?
No, I was going to say I agree that she was talking about her experience. The problem is the other ladies were telling her, "Listen, you don't speak for us. We have our own different experiences with him too. So the way you're going hard at him, they didn't appreciate that. So yeah, it was more the tone and the verbiage rather than it not being her experience of him.
Yeah, they don't have to appreciate it though. That's her experience. They have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Everybody's there sharing their experience with these men, and it has to be respected. Now, you may have a more pleasant and delightful experience with somebody, but it doesn't take away the fact that I didn't. And so, respectfully, these ladies needed to just sit there and listen instead of you having Shanice talking about you lying. I don't know why you lying and stuff. Why is she lying? Two things can happen at the same time. I don't like that man, and I could be telling the truth. Guess why? Because that man said it out his mouth. Guess what? It's on camera too. We all seen it now. So Shanice, you owe that lady apology. Deanna, I don't know why you was even in it. If that's not even your connection, sweetie, you now let's because you know how Eden didn't like to play with us, and she was talking about her connection at that time. Maybe that's why Deanna jumped in and edited and want to just switch some stuff around. I have no clue. They like to play with us like that. But Deanna, you was being a little messy box up in that thing too. And Rose, ma'am, I wasn't too fond of Rose jumping in it either, even though she was on Sahara's side a little bit. But you would just shut that man down because he don't agree with your way of bringing in a child into the world. That was just crazy. Sahara had a legitimate experience with that man. Like she said, he texted her the night before, "Hey, big head, I'm back in your good graces." You know what I'm saying? But you were yelping her all the other time. So it's like you played that little game, and you did that game with Rocky too. You want the vote, sir. You are here to play. So she's not lying on any of that stuff. And y'all just need to listen to experience. We've seen this time and time again in the past seasons where the contestants sit there and share their experience. And somebody always got to say, well, I didn't experience that person. Of course, because people present differently with different people. But you sit there, you listen to it, you take it all in. And I'm going to give y'all the best example of it is a time where Phil, whatever that girl name was, running down the alley and all that stuff. And what's his connection end up being? Like Life of Reality?
Shallow, feeling shallow.
And what was his connection name that he ended up connected with at the end? I can't remember. Wherever the point is, the connection, she sat there and she just listened to it. She heard Charlotte out. She just listened. Sydney just sat there and listened to it. She was just like, well, I'm going to have a conversation with him myself. And sometimes you just got to do that. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You just sit there and listen to a person, because some people just be genuinely hating. And some people actually had that experience. And do you just go ahead and have that person, you just talk to that person? And is this how you showing up with other people? Well, let me tell you this, how they showing up. I do agree with you though. Cam need to stop telling her so much and sharing so much, because here we are. But he didn't have to share too much with her when it came about Fritz. Fritz was doing that on his own. All these ladies need to calm down. Fight for your person. I'm not mad. Fight for your person. Do that. But some of y'all was just doing too much. So I agree. Some of y'all was just doing way too freaking much in that lounge. And this is probably why we all hold now, because y'all done got something going on and we can't watch the rest of the show. So now I'm ready to go blow to blow with some people up in the day. I want to get this season over with.
I think I saw it a little bit different. I know the ladies were scrapping, but I think the way maybe it was edited, I saw it as the ladies were like, is that hearsay from Cam? Is that information you're bringing from the men's lounge? Or was that a direct experience with Fritz, what she was talking about? So at the beginning, I was like, when she was talking, Fritz doing all kinds of stuff, kind of like trying to get rid of people. It was kind of like, whoa. Was that your direct experience? But when she said, he told me that himself when we went on a date, I felt, shout out to David, it brought the strength down in the room. And the lady's like, okay, he told you that directly. I don't like how you presenting it, but they could kind of like understand she had that experience with him. I don't know why, they keeping Fritz around. Maybe Shanice is his saving grace. But if they all have a problem with polycuriosity, then they should just tell him, hey, this is it. Thank you very much for your time. But, we do need the numbers, and just, send him upriver if you want to, and then bring us some curveball, the new people. This is what, I wish the mid-season, if they were going to do one, we get the new people, at least one date with them, and then, send us on our way till summer. But yes, I love Sahara and the poly of it all, the polyester of it all. Her delivery is a mite, how can I say it, assertive. It's a mite out there. Again, I love to say it's Philly. She is definitely a Philly staple to me, my experiences of my friends in Philly. And she's just like, straight, no chaser. I'm going to tell it to you like it is, because this has been my experience with that man. So I appreciate her standing her ground and saying, this is what I saw. These are the problems I saw with him. And either y'all take it or leave it, but this is what I'm going to say in this ball.
You know what time